many Indonesian words that are also used in the Netherlands, and here words in Indonesia that come from Dutch language. So there has been a lot of exchange in language as well, you know.
So we exchange words on language actually.
Handuk.
Handuk, teman-teman. Jadi ingat ya, kata handuk itu dari Belanda loh. Selamat datang teman-teman di Krusial. Sudah lama episode ini tidak ada di kanal YouTube SATUNAMA, dan kami sekarang hadir kembali di sini di Krusial kali ini bersama teman-teman sekalian. Hari ini kita akan membicarakan sesuatu yang agak sedikit berbeda, akan membicarakan sesuatu yang agak sedikit ya bisa dijadikan semacam seperti sesuatu yang mungkin ini akan menjadi referensi bagi teman-teman sekalian, terutama teman-teman yang bekerja di ranah NGO, teman-teman yang bekerja di ranah CSO dan CBO. Ini soal tentang kalian, jadi simak terus. Tamu kali ini yang hadir di acara krusial kita pada hari ini orang yang spesial. Beliau berasal dari luar negeri, khususnya dari Belanda. Nanti saya perkenalkan siapa orangnya. Kita akan ngobrol sama beliau ini tentang development, tentang apa itu komunitas, tentang apa itu pengembangan yang dibutuhkan di dalam sebuah komunitas atau organisasi komunitas itu untuk bisa berkembang atau mengembangkan dirinya secara sustain. Nah, kita akan berbicara dengan tamu kita kali ini. Tapi saya akan berbicara menggunakan bahasa Inggris karena yang bersangkutan hanya bisa berbahasa Inggris. Oke. Tamu kita kali ini adalah seorang teman. Dari negeri Belanda. So, teman kita adalah teman dari negeri Belanda. I will introduce him to you with the English languages. So, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
Yeah. Our friend here is Mr. Sander Otten. He is one of the representative of Wilde Hanson Foundation in the Netherlands. Wilde Hanson Foundation in the Netherlands is one of the organization that has the collaboration right now with SATUNAMA Foundation also. We have a collaboration since 2022 for the Change the Game Academy program. So, we will have a conversation, a chit-chat, a talk or something like that with the Wilde Hanson representative, Mr. Sander Otten. So, welcome to the studio again.
Terima kasih.
So, how are you?
I'm very good, thank you.
Okay.
Very happy to be in Indonesia.
Okay, very happy in Indonesia, you said. And yeah, you've been here for like 10 days or maybe a week?
Yes.
Okay.
I was in Sumatra first, and now I'm in Java.
Okay. You were in Sumatra first and then in Java. So how long did you take the flight from, from the Netherlands to Indonesia?
Okay, yeah, I left Amsterdam at 11 in the morning, and I got here at 7 the next morning. So it's quite
11 in the morning and then got here in 7 in the morning.
It's like 13 or 14 hours, I believe. And then there's the time difference, of course, 6 hours time difference.
But the flight itself is like 14 hours.
Yes.
Okay, so what was it like? Did you sleep all the time?
No. It was during the day, so it wasn't really. I wasn't really tired, to be honest. I was sitting in my chair next to two persons from Jakarta, and I told them I was going to go to Padang, and the first thing they said to me is, "You will love the food in Padang," which is exactly what I did.
Yeah.
And what else did I do? I read a bit, and I watched my first Indonesian movies, because I went with Garuda, and Garuda they show Indonesian movies, and I'd never seen an Indonesian movie before, so that was pretty entertaining. Anyway, it went by okay. It was fine.
So, okay, how do you find Indonesia so far for 10 days right here?
Yeah.
So of course 10 days is not a very long time, but how do you find Indonesia so far?
No, I really like the country, mostly because I've had a lot of encounters with people when I was in Sumatra and also now in Java, and people are overall very interested, very friendly, very generous. I really liked meeting new friends here in Indonesia.
Meeting new friends.
Plus the countryside is amazing. I've visited some villages in Sumatra where Wilde Hanson carries out projects as well, and it's just beautiful. The mountains, all the green forests, the rice fields. It's really a beautiful country. And the food. I must say, we have Indonesian food in Belanda as well, but it's much nicer to eat it here. Yeah.
It's the origins one.
The original, yeah.
So what's the project that will also carried out in Padang actually in Sumatra?
Okay, so we work with nature conservation together with another organization from the Netherlands. We implement a project called Strengthen the Roots, and we work to strengthen local community organizations to be able to lobby for the preservation of their natural surrounding, and to be able to get more funds to implement development projects in their communities. So we mostly work in West Sumatra together with our Indonesian partner KKI Warsi, based in Jambi, and also with an office in Padang. So we visited actually the communities where the project is being implemented since last year.
Okay, great. So that's a great project. So okay, and I see that you are also interested in history, right? Is that something that you learn in the university, or?
I think it's more of a personal choice or just personal interest. I mean, everybody at high school gets history, of course. Yeah. But I must say, when I was in high school, we didn't learn too much about the history of the Netherlands in other countries, especially, the colonies. The Netherlands had a few colonies. Indonesia was, of course, the most important one, the biggest one. And I think that over the past years, there's more attention in the Netherlands also about the role that the Dutch played in Indonesia. I mean, it was over 300 years, their presence in this country. And more we are starting to understand about the negative impact that the Dutch had in Indonesia. Of course, they came here with economic motives, initially to become traders of nutmeg and cloves, and then they stayed, with tobacco plantations, with coffee plantations, with oil, with coal, and the society that was created here was basically a separated society in which certain people, especially the people from the Netherlands, had more rights, had more benefits than the local people usually. So understanding this role that we played makes us realize that these are relationships that were wrong and that should never be replicated anymore. And I really feel that it is nice that people relate to me here in Indonesia currently in a positive way. I would have thought maybe there would be some animosity, but that's not the case at all. And I'm happy that we can, hopefully have a different relationship than we used to have in the past. Yeah,
it's more, a collaboration right now.
now it's hopefully more equal.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Okay. But it's beautiful to come here and to hear many words, many Indonesian words that are also used in the Netherlands, and hear words in Indonesia that come from Dutch language. So there has been a lot of exchange in language as well,
So we exchange words on language. Actually.
Handuk.
Handuk, teman-teman. Jadi ingat ya, kata handuk itu dari Belanda loh. Kata handuk itu dari bahasa Belanda. Handuk, you right? Yeah. So handuk is a Dutch language also.
Spatbord.
Spatbord. Okay, spatbord. Ada anything else? Spur. It's in Japanese. Ini bahasa Jawa. Spur itu dari bahasa Belanda juga. Bakar.
Yeah.
What is bakar?
Baker, like a bakery.
Oh, bakery. Yeah. Okay, bakery. Bakar. It's itu Belanda juga ternyata teman-teman. Spur. What is spur in Dutch? Spur or it's a train?
Spoor.
It's
the railway tracks.
Railway tracks. Yeah. Jadi itu rail sebenarnya teman-teman. Jadi spur itu sebenarnya rail. Spur. And also bicycle apa?
Fiets.
Fiets. Kalau di Jawa ngomongnya pit. Ya, di Indonesia jadi sepeda. Tapi pit di Jawa itu ternyata berasal dari kata fiets di Belanda yang artinya sama, yaitu sepeda. Jadi ada beberapa ungkapan yang sama di Indonesia dengan di Belanda. Okay. So it's interesting to to know that the Dutch people in the Netherlands right now is also discussing about the impact of the colonization in Indonesia. That so many people mention that the Dutch have colonized Indonesia for more than 300 years, right? Do you believe in that? 300 years?
Well, certain parts. I mean, they were in the Moluccan Islands a long time ago, but then Aceh, they've only been there for 30 years.
Yeah, in Aceh, they've only been there for 30 years. So yeah.
But basically, when I grew up, the VOC was considered to be the source of wealth for the Netherlands, and now people see more and more that the VOC was also a criminal organization that committed, massive crimes such as having people killed, exploitation, of course. So I mean, I think in the Netherlands we're also changing our idea about the history of our country, and I think this is a good development.
Okay, changing the idea and changing how people see also the history and how to respond.
And hopefully this will mean that we all strive for more equal relationship between people instead of being, glorifying the past, which is bloodstained past in a way. Yeah.
And did you find any connection between the colonialization with the development today? I mean, for example, in Indonesia, especially.
I don't know. I haven't been here long enough. I think. I mean, of course, what we've known over the past 30, 40, 50 years is that mostly development aid or development cooperation funds come from European countries or from North America and go to countries in what we call the global south, so Latin America, Africa, and Asia. And this has been like this for many decades, but things are changing, slowly changing. Also for Indonesia, I think, whereas in the past they probably received a lot of money from European donors, more and more donors are looking towards countries, European donors are looking towards countries which are closer to home, so maybe North Africa or the Middle East. So I don't have the specific figures, but I would imagine that also in Indonesia, less financial support is coming from Europe. Which is also why my organization started to think about new ways of making international development cooperation possible. But I guess we will talk about that in a short time. Yeah.
Okay. In the development issue itself, how important it is that you think about the human development in the development issue itself? So is the human resource or human development is a really the main aspects of the development, especially in the global south that you just mentioned, the global south?
I think the question that you're answering has to do with whether you are an organization which does assistentialist work.
Okay.
So you give relief, or if you want to change the way that people behave, and the way that people behave is to make sure that they are able to fight for their rights, are able to make sure that they're less dependent from other people, from other sources of finance, and I think that's more what you relate to when you speak about the human development. So you really want to focus on changing the hearts and minds of the people instead of giving them bread or rice, and make them survive for another year or another period. So Wilde Ganzen, the organization where I work, developed the Change the Game Academy, which is a way to strengthen local groups, local community organizations, and make it for them, give them the tools to be able to do lobby or advocacy work that improves their livelihoods. This all has to do with the framework of rights, people that are more aware what are the rights that they have and how they can address the decision makers that they should implement their rights. Initially, this is related mostly to local governments, so we should make sure that organizations in villages, in remote areas, are able to speak up in a way that they are more effective to claim their rights. That's one side of the medal. The other side has to do with increasing their capacity for fundraising. We know that Indonesia is a country where there's a culture of sharing, of giving. I recently heard that in Indonesia, whenever something happens, some natural disaster, for instance, there's a lot of money that has been collected to help people. Yeah. So I think Indonesia is a very good is a country where the local fundraising would also work. This means giving the community organizations the tools to be able to attract attention and thereby attract attention for their cause, and thereby making sure that people will donate for their cause. So what we see is that these types of initiatives would reduce the dependence that these organizations have from larger NGOs or from international NGOs, because, like I said, the amount of money coming into Indonesia is gradually reducing from the north. Yeah, basically it is well, we as Wilde Ganzen, we found a national partner in Indonesia to do this work. I'm proud to say that this is SATUNAMA. That SATUNAMA since last year has been selected our national partner for Indonesia, and together with other organizations from the global south, such as organizations from Kenya, from Vietnam, from Nepal, from Ghana, Colombia, etc. SATUNAMA will be part of the Change the Game Academy and make sure that these trainings will be given in Indonesia to local organizations.
Oke, teman-teman, sedikit saja. Jadi saya pakai kaos ini loh. Change the Game Academy ini adalah sebuah program yang baru di SATUNAMA. Jadi program ini adalah hasil kolaborasi antara Wilde Ganzen Foundation Netherlands dengan Yayasan SATUNAMA di Jogja. Intinya adalah bagaimana kita kemudian berusaha memberikan pelayanan-pelayanan terhadap peningkatan kapasitas dari organisasi masyarakat sipil atau organisasi komunitas, kurang lebih seperti itu. Kita akan berbicara lebih banyak soal ini. Jadi we'll play the game first before we going any further. We have a game for you.
Okay.
So the game is called One Word. The rule is very simple. So each of us will be given a word, and then, for example, if you've been given a word, and then you have to give a clue of the word to me to guess the word of yours.
Sure.
And I'm also will be given the word, and I will also give you the clue of the word.
Okay.
For you to guess the word.
Yep. Let's do it.
Okay. So we will do it in turn.
Yep.
So, for example, if I give you a clue, and then you have to guess.
Yeah.
If you cannot guess, it's okay, but then you have to give me your clue.
Okay.
For me to guess your
yes.
word. Until we can guess every word.
Yeah.
So which one is mine? Dua-duanya langsung kasih aja, langsung kasih dua-duanya. Ya. Yeah. So since you are my guest, so we'll start with you.
Okay.
Okay. So you have to give me your clue.
People.
People. So okay. Human?
Nope.
No. Okay, it's my turn. Wow. Exclusion.
Poverty.
No, no. Your turn.
Local organization.
People, local organization. People, local organization. People. Okay. So my clue are people and local organization.
Yes.
CSO?
You're pretty close.
Okay, that's your turn right now. So okay, your turn. Give me a clue.
I already did. Local organization. Now it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn?
Yeah.
Okay, to give you a clue. Okay. Okay.
Exclusion.
Social.
Social and exclusion.
Yeah. That's your clue. Social and exclusion. Come on. Come on. Social exclusion.
Yeah, I already said poverty last time, but it's not that one. I don't know.
So, okay, let's do it one more time.
Yeah.
So what's yours? What your clue? Once again, what your clue? Another clue.
Another clue.
Yeah.
A different one. Organization.
Organization.
Oh, I already said local organization. Sorry, that's another good one.
People. Local. Organization. People. Local. Is it SATUNAMA?
No.
No.
Shall I give you the answer?
So what is it?
Community.
Oh man, it's community. Okay. Local organization and okay. And this is your word.
Social and exclusion. Inclusion.
Inclusion. So the word is inclusion and community. Okay, interesting. Okay.
We're bad at this game.
Yeah. Okay, so we've talked about the Change the Game Academy, and we've talked also about the Wilde Hansen also and the projects in Indonesia. What is it exactly the main topics of the training of the Wilde Hansen Change the Game Academy?
Okay, so the purpose of the Change the Game Academy is that we invite members from smaller community organizations to come together, and SATUNAMA will give the training. So we hope that during a training there will be maybe somewhere between 10 and 20 people, and they will be there will be one group which will follow the course Mobilizing Support,
okay,
and one group that will follow the course Local Fundraising. So what is the difference between these courses? Mobilizing Support is really a course in which people they identify something that hinders their development, some problem that they see occurring in their community, in their livelihood, and they feel that government, local authority is not doing enough to take this problem away. It can be problems related to education, to rights, to health, to the environment. So basically what you do is you make a plan on how to change or how to get influence on the local authorities. So Mobilizing Support is try to get all the support and the ideas to be able to make a strong case and get other people to support you as well, so that there is a general consensus about tackling this problem. That on one side is the Mobilizing Support course. And the other course, the Local Fundraising course, has the characteristic of developing a case for mobilizing resources for the community around a specific topic. So basically, a community identifies that there is a need to develop the community, and then they choose specific ways to make this happen. This can be through a project to get more resources for agricultural produce, or to get an ecotourism project, or to get a project to develop a school that they want, or anything that they need money for in order to assure a more long-term development in the community. And if they are able to make the ideas come across in an interesting way, people will be more interested to help the community.
Of course.
So what they need is tools, tools to be able to sell their product, so to speak, And these are the topics that the trainers will give to the community members. The courses usually last between 5 and 8 days, and then
that's classroom course, right?
Yeah. So the people meet and come together in a specific place.
Yeah.
Have take the course for these days, 5 to 8 days, and then as a result of the training, there will be a project either to make a fundraising plan or to make an advocacy plan.
Okay.
And it's up to the trainers of SATUNAMA to give this course, and then whenever the plan is developed, to see how the implementation is going. So there will probably, in the weeks and months after the course, there will be virtual meetings or face-to-face meetings if possible, but mostly just checking up on the organization, how they're doing, how they're implementing the plan
after the training.
After the training. Okay. Yeah. So that way the staff, the trainers can give advice to the organizations if they should maybe do something different, or if they're doing really well, then give them compliments and see what the results are. And if the results are maybe not very satisfactory, see what things can change, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And that also includes the coaching, right? Coaching something.
Yeah, this is, the coaching is part of helping the people, maybe refreshing the theory, also, seeing how the implementation of the project is going. That's basically the coaching, yes. Yeah.
Okay, so the basic point is how, for the mobilizing support, is how to make a community organization to be legitimate, like for the in the eye of the authority, something like that. So they have their own legitimation. They have their own legitimation to do any development that they want for their community.
Yeah, and this is easier if they get support from other groups.
Yes.
So if you're a small community organization, you have a very interesting, very important thing that you want to lobby on. It's very important that you get people who support you in this process. So it's not only you. You want to increase the amount of people, especially the ones who have power, to be able to help you in this process of achieving your goal. Ultimately, it is the politicians who make the decisions.
Yes.
So usually it's them that you want to influence. So you have to make sure that you get other groups on your side and that also want to do the advocacy work with you towards the politician.
Yeah, because the politician has the connection also. I mean, they have the rule. I mean, they make the rule and they have the regulations, something like that. So we have to influence the politician also.
And the politicians, I mean, they probably have 20 topics that they have to, make policy on. But we want to make them concentrate on the things that benefit the community the most.
Yeah.
And so this is basically at the core of the Change the Game Academy, that it is not an organization like SATUNAMA or an organization like Wilde Ganzen from the Netherlands that decides what the community should do. It is the community itself that is, after the training, identifying what it is that they need to change for in order for them to improve their lives.
That's the idea. That's the idea. The point. So it's how the community develop themselves according to their needs and according to their potential also. So that's a good training. And can you elaborate more about the I'm a little bit interested about the trajectory of the training, because this is a very very distinctive training method. So how long for the training to be taken place? I mean, like 6 months, or maybe 5 months, or maybe 1 year.
Yeah.
After the classroom training, actually.
Yeah. Like I said, the classroom training is about just over a week, 5 to 8 days, depending on which course they take. And then the whole trajectory is about half a year.
Half a year.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is very important that during this half year there is the coaching aspect.
Yes.
So after the training, there will be the possibility for the community organization to ask questions to the trainers, to get coaching from the trainers, and basically the trainers have to make sure that the projects that have been developed during the training will be implemented, and hopefully after half a year, after let's say the trajectory has ended, the community organization has learned from this process, is enabled and is able to do it again for maybe for other topics,
Yes.
to implement another fundraising activity, or to identify other problems that they also want to make a change towards, you know.
Yes. Okay. Is there in how many countries that this Change the Game Academy applied with?
If I'm not mistaken,
Yeah.
it's 15 countries.
So 15 countries.
You can visit the website,
Mhm.
changethegameacademy.org,
Mhm.
and there you get the free online training. So everybody who's interested
Okay,
can
yeah,
visit the website.
Mhm.
There you can find the mobilizing support training, and you can find the local fundraising training, and you can follow all the steps.
Mhm.
It takes quite some time, a bunch of hours, but then you have your own plan to
Yes.
do local fundraising,
Yeah.
or to do lobby activities. There you can also see all the partners involved. Partners, like I said, from Africa,
Mhm.
other partners in Asia, and also in Latin America. So the training was set up 8 years ago, and has proved really successful, because people really have people from community organizations have really felt empowered and more able to identify the situation in their community, and what actions to take to improve the situation for them.
Okay. Okay, my last question. Is there any, like success story from the Change the Game Academy in other countries other than Indonesia? Because in Indonesia, we're not starting yet right now. We will start this Change the Game Academy with SATUNAMA this year. So it can, hopefully this will be a very fruitful experience with all SATUNAMA and all the partners SATUNAMA for the next years with the Change the Academy. But can you give, like an interesting story, or like a success story that has happened in other countries than Indonesia about the Change the Game Academy?
Like I said, the Change the Game Academy website has a lot of examples of that have been realized in other countries. So you can see tens of or a lot of different examples. But one success story that I can share, in Brazil, for instance, there was a group of women who saw that they're pickers of a specific fruit that only exists there, and they saw that there were more and more hotels coming and reducing the area where their fruit was grown. So what they did is they made a campaign, and they were able to mobilize other actors to talk about the importance of this fruit for the regional economy, the economy of the village. And they were able to pass a law that this fruit, which is specific for that region in Brazil, was considered like
endemic,
like a national heritage, because it only
Yeah.
exists in that region.
Yeah.
So then no area where this tree grows that produces the fruit was allowed to be cut down, and then the ladies had their access to the fruit and were able to sell the products on the market. So this was a campaign that took about a year, and they were able to influence the local politicians in order for them to protect this specific tree.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's one of a good example actually about how the grassroots community can influence the upper level, like the community politician.
Yeah, the provincial government.
The provincial government,
yes.
Exactly. Okay. Okay. Before I close this podcast, can you give any like a closing statement?
Closing statement.
Yes, closing statement about Change the Game Academy. About you can encourage people or CSOs or GBOs to let's go together to have work together.
Yeah. Okay. My closing statement will be that I'm very much in favor of solidarity between people, and I think it's very important to understand the way people live in other countries, respect their values, and coming here has showed me the beauty of Indonesia and the way people relate to each other here. So I think we are the closing statement for me would be that we're very happy that SATUNAMA, with all their experience in giving trainings, will take up the Change the Game Academy in Indonesia, And we will be in close contact over the next years to see how the results are going, how the results will be. I really hope to come back earlier than later to see how the trainings have gone and how they whether they have produced interesting examples of how communities have been able to rise up and create projects that are benefiting them directly and are of course benefiting also the nature, the surrounding environment. In these times of climate crisis, it's important to also take that into account, to increase the tolerance between people, to make sure that we are all able to live together in a positive way and respect the differences as well between each other.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Adi. It was nice to be here on the podcast.
Nah, jadi gitu teman-teman. Obrolan yang obrolan singkat begitu ya dengan Mr. Sander Outen dari Wilde Hansen Netherlands. Intinya adalah bahwa organisasi masyarakat sipil, organisasi komunitas membutuhkan kekuatan untuk bisa bergerak bersama. Masing-masing dari organisasi komunitas juga membutuhkan kekuatannya sendiri untuk kemudian bisa bergerak dan bertahan, berkelanjutan begitu. The Change the Game Academy di Indonesia yang sekarang dilaksanakan atau dilakukan bersama Yayasan SATUNAMA dan Wilde Hansen Foundation mencoba memberikan alternatif solusi bagi teman-teman lembaga-lembaga CSO, lembaga-lembaga CBO yang ingin meningkatkan kapasitas dalam hal mobilizing support, melakukan lobby dan advokasi, melakukan peningkatan kapasitas organisasi di dalam konteks membawa legitimasi atau memunculkan legitimasi organisasi teman-teman di kancah yang lebih tinggi. Satu itu. Yang kedua adalah kami di Change the Game Academy dan juga di Yayasan SATUNAMA dan Wilde Hansen juga menawarkan peluang bagi teman-teman yang ingin mempelajari dan ingin mempraktekkan apa itu local fundraising. Ini bisa dipelajari oleh teman-teman yang nanti efeknya adalah akan bisa memberikan, harapannya ke depan akan bisa memberikan kekuatan finansial yang lebih sustain atau yang lebih berkelanjutan bagi teman-teman untuk kemudian bergerak. Jadi seperti itu kurang lebih pembicaraan saya dengan Mr. Sander Outen dari Wilde Hansen. Selain tentu saja dia juga melakukan banyak hal di Indonesia, mencoba berbagai macam makanan, mencoba berdialog atau berinteraksi dengan orang-orang Indonesia, which is menurut beliau adalah sesuatu yang luar biasa. Akhir kata sebelum saya tutup, jangan lupa untuk subscribe di channel YouTube SATUNAMA supaya teman-teman juga tetap bisa mendapatkan video-video selanjutnya yang lebih menarik, podcast video dari SATUNAMA atau video-video dokumenter SATUNAMA yang lain seperti film-film dokumenter dan segala macam. Silakan subscribe, ada di bawah sini tombolnya. Sini ya? Tombolnya sini apa sini ya? Di sini. Tombolnya di sini. Ya di situ deh pokoknya, tombolnya ada di bawah situ. Silakan di-subscribe. Jangan lupa komentarnya juga di video ini. Silakan komentar teman-teman untuk menanyakan apapun yang teman-teman tanyakan. Terutama dalam konteks video kali ini adalah bagaimana Change the Game Academy itu dilakukan di Indonesia. Kita baru akan mulai loh. Jadi kalau teman-teman mau gabung silakan gabung. Sekian dulu dari saya, Ariwan Perdana, host dari KRUSIAL SATUNAMA. Check out.